Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri, and in today's DIY Wednesday video, we are going to organize our knife drawer. And we're gonna do it using tips from a pretty good, I wouldn't say, no, she's good. She's like master craftsman quality YouTuber that I don't know if you know about. Her name is Anna White. And she makes things from very small projects to very large projects. And she makes them like pretty doable. However, she does have a huge woodworking shop that only I could dream of having. So for those of us who have limited tools or limited space, this particular project by Anna White is right up your alley. We're gonna make a knife block organizational drawer insert situation for our very cluttered and very unorganized knife drawers. Does your knife drawer look like this? Are you tired of reaching in, ow, only to cut your finger on knives that are disorganized, sharp, and out of place? Or maybe your knife drawer is so disorganized that you can't even get the drawer open without trying to slide your hand in order to finally open it up, only to have knives fly out at you? Not only is a cluttered knife drawer disorganized and inefficient, but it's also dangerous. How many people do you know that have reached into their disorganized knife drawer only to cut their finger off when reaching for a steak knife? Dangerous, very dangerous. If you or someone you love has had a near fatal accident due to a disorganized knife drawer, don't worry. This is Real Life with Sheri has your back with today's DIY Wednesday Anna White knife drawer organizer. So this is a thing of the past. Be safe. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. So I was perusing the internet for a solution for my cluttered kitchen drawers and stumbled upon Anna White and then went down the Anna White rabbit hole. But the video that caught my attention was her DIY in-drawer knife block. And it's pretty easy and you don't need a lot of stuff. All she says that we need is a piece of plywood and some 2x2 and 1x2, and that's it. And some wood glue and like a hammer and some finishing nails, or I'm gonna get out my little brad nailer because, you know, I recently got it fixed and now I can't stop using it. But you could easily use finishing nails and a hammer and wood glue and get this thing done. So the first thing we need to do is go in, clean out that hideous knife drawer situation and measure our drawer. So I'm gonna just dump everything over here. We're gonna organize it as soon as we get our knife block organization drawer situation made. So for now, I'm literally just gonna take all this out because we need to get a nice measurement of the inside of our drawer. So, well, was that a fun little ride for you? Let's get this, voila. So Bob's gonna help us measure. Hey, those are nice. He's like a child. So inside measurement, 14 3/4, you know, this way. And then the depth is about 17 1/2. And then I also wanna measure like how deep my drawer is to make sure when I put the blocks in here that it actually fits in my drawer. So I'm looking at shy under 3 inches. So we know if we're anywhere under 3 inches that this will fit in our drawer. If we're over 3 inches, then oops, nope. So now we have our measurements, our drawer's ready to go. So we're gonna head back into the garage, cut everything and put it together. So we have our measurements and I have some wood here. Now, I don't have exactly, I have like this little tiny piece of 2x2, but I don't think that's gonna be enough. I also have this little tiny piece of 2x4. I don't know why, but I just brought it here. And then I have what was 2x2, but that we've ripped down to use in a backyard project, but I do have quite a bit of it. So I think this is what I'm going to use instead of the 2x2 because I have this on hand. But if you were going to the Lowe's or the Home Depot or whatever, this is what 2x2 looks like. It's just a square, and you can get it in a long run, and then you're gonna chop it. You know what I forgot? Holy crap, hold on. I know that you saw I had a million knives in my knife drawer, but I don't think those knives are very good. Those knives have been collected over the years and thrown in that drawer. I actually have more knives sitting out in a knife block on my kitchen counter. Those knives aren't that great. And I really said those knives weren't that great when I saw these at the grocery outlet. So while these may not be the best quality knives, they're sure cute. Each little pack, it's a 3-pack, and they came with 3 different knives each. I think there's one combo. So this pack right here for $9.99 at the grocery outlet is a 3-piece Hamilton Beach cutlery set with cutting board. Not sponsored at all, but the grocery outlet should really sponsor me, I'm just saying. This little set for 10 bucks came with an 8-inch chef knife, an 8-inch bread knife, and a 3.5-inch paring knife. And it's like kind of minty tealy, and the knife blade has polka dots on it. And it was cute. So while I have a shit ton of knives in that knife drawer, I think I'm gonna throw half of them away, if not all of them away, and make this brand new knife block to hold these knives. So what I'm gonna do is for sure make a spot for these 3 plus this one. So I know that I at least wanna hold 4 knives in my knife block, but we're just gonna see how many we can get across that fit the width of my kitchen drawer or your kitchen drawer. So we may hold 5, we may hold 6. I think she made hers to hold 5 or 6, but she had way more space in her drawer that she could have done one all the way across, and that's what I wanna do. I wanna hold as many knives as I possibly can with this DIY knife block by Anna White. So Anna says to use some plywood, but I don't think she uses run-of-the-mill plywood. I think she uses this thin, what is this? This was out of a 4x4 sheet of underlayment. I use this a lot, like for backing a mirror, what have you. I only have this much left of this, and I don't have any scrap plywood. I know, surprise, surprise. I was cleaning out the garage and I threw a bunch of stuff away. I have this, which would probably fit the length of my drawer, but it wouldn't fit the width of my drawer. So I'm not gonna use this because I found this under my sink, and it is a cutting board. It's a cutting board, and it has a cute little hole grabber right here. I really think this goes into one of my kitchen drawers, but I think I pulled it out and now it's just been sitting under my sink because I now use that drawer to hold my reusable grocery bags. I thought, oh my gosh, is this almost the right size? So it's just a little less wide than my drawer, which is fine, but it's the perfect length. So now my only problem is, because this is pretty thick, I wanna say it's a 1/2 inch just by looking at it, I can't go any higher than 3 inches. So I wanna make sure that my little blocks, when I have them on here, plus my cutting board, is less than 3 inches, and by God it is. So we are good to go. If you had a scrap wood cutting board or plywood or any piece of scrap wood that you have laying around that happens to fit in your drawer once you cut it down to size. Thankfully, I'm gonna use this because I think it's cute, and it's a cutting board and it's for knives, and why the hell not? I don't use it for anything else. It's literally been sitting under my sink. So I grabbed some knives, because this is how Anna starts. First, she measures the length of her longest knife blade, and then that's what she uses as her measurement to cut her little planks. So she does 8 inches. So she cuts each one of these pieces at 8 inches long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the chop saw out, but if you don't have a chop saw, don't worry, get a jigsaw, even a handsaw. I mean, this isn't that thick. I mean, it's gonna take you a little bit longer with a handsaw, but who the hell cares? You don't need that many. So, chop saw time. I don't know what my neighbors are doing aside from being loud as fuck. So they've got music playing in the background. It's like, thanks guys, hello. Don't you know I'm trying to run a channel here? Jeez. So ignore it. That's what we have to do when we're in the garage doing DIYs. So I have my chop saw, and I was looking at my scrap boards. I'm like, you may not get 5 out of the length you have, but don't worry, I have more scrap board I could use. I just don't have it prepared. Because what I did with this scrap board was I did sand it and round the edges a little bit so that it wasn't super sharp. But what we're gonna do, we are going to measure 8 inches, and then I'm gonna do what Anna did, and she just marks her chop saw so she doesn't have to keep measuring her board. From her chop saw blade out, she measures 8 inches, about right there. Now we can just go assembly line, chop, 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 chop. Line that up there and chop away. Done. Okay, so my across the street neighbors are washing their car and they're playing their music so loud. I'm hoping, A, it doesn't pick up because nobody wants a copyright strike on a DIY Wednesday video. And number 2, I just don't want to go over there and say, hi, can you please turn down your music because I'm trying to record a video, and like that's the last thing I want to do. I'll just talk really loud over it and hopefully YouTube doesn't catch it. God damn. So I couldn't be the girl that was going over to their neighbors and saying, hey, can you turn down your music and stop enjoying your Sunday afternoon because I'm trying to record a video. So I closed my garage, which means it's a little dark. And I tried to bring in some lighting, but it was creating shadows and I was hating it. So we're just gonna kind of be a little dimly lit. It's the moody candlelight DIY for the rest. But thankfully, we don't have too much more to do. I cut all of my pieces of my little wood blocks so that my knives are gonna fit right in there. So really, all I need to do is just sand the edges so they're nice and smooth. I did as many at 8 inch as I could, and then I had these little sections of shorter pieces. Maybe I'll put at the ends. I don't know. It doesn't look bad if it's like 2 shorter ones. Those are for the short baby knives. The 3.5 inch paring knives. So depending on how these have to be spaced out, oh, I think that looks good. So we might not use this one at all. We can get many, many knives, but let me sand these down really quickly. I wanna sand the sharp edges where I chopped them, and then we'll get to putting it together. I think we can move these. So I just have my palm sander, fashioned with some old sandpaper. I wanna say it's maybe 80 grit. I'm not gonna bother to change it because I'm lazy and this is perfectly fine. We just need to sand some edges, not a big deal. Yay, all of our little wood blocks are sanded nice and pretty. Now we get to assemble. What Anna did is she lined them up going from like this way to this way, and then when she got to like 2 left at the end, she like split the difference. But what I think I wanna do is split the difference all the way. So I basically wanna like put my 2 end pieces in and then work this way. She measured her width of her blade, you know, how wide it is, and she said about 1/8 of an inch. So she wanted these to be 1/8 of an inch gap. So I have this metal ruler, so I'm gonna use that as my spacer. We're going to wood glue these down, and then we're going to secure it from the bottom up with our brad nailer or finishing nails and a hammer, whatever. I kind of want to see if I can use one more because I want to evenly divide these, but then I don't want a huge gap like in the center, maybe 2 rulers wide. So if I put 2 rulers together, while I know super thick for a knife, it's okay. Oh, 2 rulers is gonna be too damn big. All right, let me figure out the spacing. You don't need to watch this. I decided we're going to do a shorty pie and we're gonna do 2 rulers. And then from this end, a shorty pie, and then 2 rulers. And then we're gonna go in with 1 ruler, 1 ruler, 1 ruler, 1 ruler, bum, 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 bum. And then if we need to, we'll divide the space up evenly in the center. So all we need is wood glue and either your brad nailer if you've got one, or some finishing nails and a hammer. Easy. Let's get to it. Type on wood glue, not sponsored. We are going to coat the bottom of our first block of wood. Oh my gosh, it might be time to purchase some more wood glue. We're just gonna do a nice boom, and then we're gonna line this up with the side edge and top edge. edge. And I'm just gonna press that firmly in place. Now, another thing, it just dawned on me. You don't have to use any nails if you don't want to. If you have a bunch of clamps or you wanna get these all glued down with wood glue and like set some books on it, you could do that. It would just take a little longer waiting for your wood glue to dry. So the benefit of using wood glue and like a brad nailer or finishing nails and a hammer is that you can move very quickly, get this into your drawer right now. But if you wanted to forego the nailing altogether, just glue your pieces down, clamp them, put a heavy book on them once you're done. You just will have to be very careful that once you glue one down and you start gluing the next one down, that you don't move or shift. You could totally do this project without nailing anything because the bond between two pieces of wood is tight with Titebond wood glue. That should be their commercial. Wood glue is really sturdy once it is super cured and totally dry. So you wouldn't have to worry about this falling apart. The only reason why I'm going brad nail is because I just want to get this shit done and put it in my drawer. So I'm just gonna put like one in from the bottom up and then I can flip it over and go. Please say you went in. Oh, you did. Yep, we're in. It's not gonna take a million nails, one or two, and you should be fine. Where's my other shorty pie? Boom. Oh my God, I literally just squirted wood glue on my hand. Line up my edges. That looks good. Now, let's nail gun it in. There we go, perfect. And now we just go boo, 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 done. Like I said, I'm gonna use 2 rulers width. So I'm gonna keep my rulers in there kind of snugly. There we go. Lining it up with the top edge and getting it real snug to those rulers. Like I'm squeezing really tight to the rulers. You would probably want to, which I totally want to do, especially if you're using a hammer and a nail, you're gonna have to flip this over. So you're gonna want to get that wood glue at least bonded a little bit so that you could flip it over and let gravity help you. But for now, this is working fine. 2 rulers, wood glue this one. I mean, this is it, really. According to Anna White, this is, I mean, she does do one other cute step, which we will do once these are all glued and secure. Squeezy squeeze. Now we're gonna nail this one. Oh shit balls. Oops, sorry. Okay, so from here on out, I'm going to remove 1 ruler and I'm just gonna space 1 ruler width in between each one, but I'm still gonna work this side to this side, this side to this side until I get to the middle and then even out that gap. So that's what I'm gonna do, easy. Okay, so I have all my blocks in. They're looking pretty good. They're glued. I flipped it over, put a couple more brad nails in the bottom, and we are good. Look, boom, 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 boom. Now, Anna White suggests we make it so our knife blades point down. So you know when you put your knife in, the weight of the handle is gonna make it tip up. So she adds a little like stop block underneath here so the handles have something to rest on and that the knife blades point down. We're gonna do that because she says so. I have some of this, but we need to cut it to size first and foremost. Boom. So that's where we're gonna chop it. We're gonna put this, and she actually, what did she use? She put like a board in between here to keep everything straight. Oh, like this. That's what we're gonna use. So let's cut this, glue this, nail this, sand it, nail it in. Get some wood glue on it. Line this up with this. Press, press, press. Get a couple nails in there. How about we get rid of the sharp objects? Okay, that's pretty much it, really. Now, because Anna White has a really long drawer, she grabs a piece of wood like this and then she does like a divider, but this kind of acts as a divider to me. You could still lay shit. Because if you do put this, then this is just wasted space to me. If anything, I would put like a divider on the end to end, but I'm not gonna do that either. So we are done. It looks so good. Look at these knives. Look at these knives. We're gonna take it in, put it in the drawer, and call it done. Okay, the Anna White DIY drawer organizer knife block situation is done. My knife drawer is organized and you guys are gonna die. Are you ready? Dun 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 dun. Look at it. It looks good and it is the perfect fit because we custom made it to fit our drawer. I've organized the knives. I did end up putting all the Cutie Pie Hamilton Beach. I mean, come on, look at the polka dots. How cute is that? Look, these are the little cutting boards that came with. You can't beat it for like $9.99 or $11.99. Now, I'm sure these knives aren't like the best quality, but according to Anna White, if we keep our knives stored like this, they will stay sharper longer. So that's also an added plus. So not only do we have organization, we have like longevity, and we also have no cut fingers from reaching in to a disorganized, cluttered knife drawer. I mean, I love it. And I used that space that we had up front for my little knife sharpener situation. And then like, you know, some vegetable skewers for the barbecue. I'm completely organized. I love it. This drawer is amazing. Thank you so much, Anna White. You are a genius. Okay, so yeah. You gotta give it to Anna White. She kind of knows her shit, and that was super easy, especially if you don't have a lot of tools in your arsenal, like a really long 2x2 cut into 8-inch sections, glued onto a piece of plywood that fits the inside of your drawer. Dunzo. You really don't need anything else, which is amazing. I mean, you remember, that wasn't fake. I didn't fake that shit for the video. My knife drawer literally looked like that until right now. So no more of that because we are organized. So yay, this one, super easy. And I even think on Anna White's video, I'll link it below. I think she is somebody who like puts like the specs in the description of her video. So I'll link her video below so you can check that out and make one of these for yourself. It is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. And what I do like about it too is that it literally is removable. So you can take it out of your drawer and like put it on your counter when you're cooking. If you need to have knives at the ready, set it on the counter, use all your knives. When you're done, put it back in your organized drawer. Yeah, that's pretty cool and I'm super glad we made it. So if you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so that you are alerted to all of the DIY Wednesday videos I push out, which is every other Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.